We had a chat as well about, let's call it, always coming in second. We're talking about the interview process, and I'm glad someone raised that question because prior to today's Q&A, a senior financial services executive named Richard asked me the same question and said, I keep being a finalist, but never win the offer. Gosh, I hope never isn't a really long time. But we feel you. And the question is, what can anyone, Richard, person who chatted in the question today, do differently to finally close the deal? Now, we don't have a lot of context for the question I just asked,
Right.
and there are probably different variables, but if you could kind of walk us through some possible reasons why, Harriette, and we walk with some actionable tips for how possibly to do it better.
So, number one, always ask for feedback or any insights that the recruiter or the company might provide you in terms of how you interviewed or the why or whatever. Most times they give you a very nebulous kind of answer and not really any constructive feedback. But sometimes you get lucky and they will make suggestions and so forth. The other is to take yourself a little bit outside of just the job description or the role that you're interviewing for and really do your due diligence to whatever extent you can through your research, through questions you may ask as you go through the interview process to find out how you really could help that company. So take the role and put it aside for a second. What problems do they have that you can help address? What opportunities are they pursuing that you can help support? And share those kinds of examples or sort of, your take on maybe it's the competition and demonstrating your value, not just for that role, but perhaps a little bit beyond that, again, to help differentiate yourself. What sometimes happens at the end is, everybody starts out, they've got a position description, people start interviewing. So they're evaluating candidate against the position description. But then as people move through the process, it does go beyond the position description. And then they began to look at candidate against candidate. So sometimes there's something that a particular candidate might bring up that wasn't necessarily a part of the original description or something that they didn't think about, which resonates with them. And that's the reason. And so the shortcomings can be very small in terms of when you come in second and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard not to be discouraged, but to whatever extent possible, you need to treat each opportunity separately and see it as a fresh start, learn from the past one, and pursue the next.